Have you ever saying desexualize your mind? It's always a new word. Am I right, chat? I feel like desexualize is not a new word. But let me tell you, I guess, I mean, honestly, this will be the time that it will make a word like that will make the most sense. Just think about it. When this was put in perspective, bro, it never left my mind, right? Yo, because of phone and social media platforms, you can see more naked women in one day than your entire ancestry has seen in their entire life. Even if your dad was a player and a something, or your grandfather was something, bro. Like, you can see more naked women in one day than they seen in their entire lives. That has the brain in some way. Especially if you do this every day. Oh my God. When you really think about it, chat, when you really think about it, bro, attention and focus is everything, bro. And I've been doing a lot to really get my focus and my attention back, and it has been working wonders on my work ethic and just how efficient I am with my day. Literally. You can see more naked women in one day than you talk to in your entire lifetime, unless you're me. But for the average guy, yes. Cocky, L ego. But on some real shit, chat. On some real shit, bro. Dangerous to anybody, bro. Dangerous, bro. Especially to me, to be honest. Especially if you have like zero experience with women, to me, because I feel like then you're kind of like delusional. Like, you're delusional. And then you kind of go in there with a preset expectation that's just already set you up for failure, bro. You already did yourself over, bro. She's watching one of your old vids and got triggered. L her then. Ain't none of my business. More than kings that ruled the world. Now, you must not have heard about that one ruler. I think it was a Chinese or Asian one. Might not have been China specifically, but yo, he got like he spread his genes so much, bro. What's the conqueror? Genghis Khan, yeah. Probably not more than him, but you definitely got a point there. What have you been doing to dial in on your focus and efficiency? Well, on a similar level, bro, I really just been doing research in the fact that when we say we can multitask, or we be like one place, our brains don't really work best like that. Our brains work best from a place of simplicity. That whatever I'm doing that. Like, I'm not on stream trying to look at my phone, scrolling and laughing, and then come back to the stream like I'm focused. Whatever I'm doing is I'm presently doing, just keeping it simple. And when we can't be in a place where our full effort and our full attention is on whatever we're doing, first of all, from a simple level, we just know we're not giving our best because we're not genuinely paying attention. And then on top of that, you can't even open the door to begin to think about what you're doing. And a lot of times, maybe a better idea, or maybe you can correct something or fix something or make whatever you're doing better just by simply paying attention. So it's like, we're used to the opposite. I can scroll between 10 apps in a fraction of seconds. Text this person here, go here. Then this notification pops up. Then I was doing my homework. Then I'm like an iPad kid watching something while I'm eating. It's like our attention is just pulled and dragged and pulled and dragged and pulled and dragged. That we don't even know what it's like to just go back and simply focus. Just go back. And mind you, I was watching this interesting podcast. It's this dude, I think Lex Fridman or something like that. And I'll tell you, I watch podcasts based on topics. Like, I don't be having like favorite podcasts that I go to. Like, if the topic is interesting, I watch it no matter where it's at, bro. So he had this podcast with this dude who was like a some type of computer engineer, and was focused on that. Right? The Jew, I don't him. What the hell is wrong with my mods, bro? You don't him because he's a Jew? Like, what? That don't even make sense, bro. Lock in and tighten up with yourself, bro. But listen, he had this podcast that was done by this tech guy talking about focus and going back in on that. And it was breaking down on how it's really bad for your brain when you get emotionally aroused and then try to focus back on what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? No, it's not like that. Well, it's just how you worded it, bro. So don't try to backtrack, bro. That's some nut shit. Zank, first, I appreciate the big 7 months. Bro, you know how like much of a bot you sound somebody and then calling out their race? That's the most bot shit ever. That's literally the most bot shit ever, bro. I don't even find that funny. Yo, time my teacher said you never really multitasking. You're just switching your focus on one thing from the next. Exactly. But your brain up. Because when people talk about a flow state, right? A flow state or something like that, that's when your focus is completely zoned in on what you're doing. It's simple. A flow state, you back to simplicity. I appreciate the 27 months. Lexus buy. Like I said, chat, I don't be going back to people enough to notice, okay, this person is like this person is like that. I mainly go when they bring some speaker on there that's touching on a topic that I like. Makuna, I appreciate the 18 months. And I can oftentimes separate salt from sugar. So I don't know much about him personally or go back to him all the time. But it's been like a couple of ones of him that I've seen specifically that's like, damn, you know what? Because people could say the same about Fresh and Fit. But I've seen some really good podcasts that they've had with some strong people that came on there and really broke down some shit. I've never really genuinely sat there and watched one of their dating ones. But it might have been one that popped up and this guy was like some type of coach or something. It's like, damn, like really broke down some shit. You know what I mean? Or as a financial advisor or something. I watch shit based on topics, bro. You get caught up and then you find out this guy's a weirdo, this guy's that. That shit happens all the time, bro. All the time, bro. Dialing down to the basics. Exactly. And my most recent Patreon video was about that, bro. And I called it the spiritual message of the week. And I broke down like, Zikompo, I appreciate the big 2 months. And I was like, yo, on some real shit, bro. On some real shit. We always be multitasking in our minds. What am I going to do this? We thinking about our future. Worried about our past. We dragging here left and right. We got all this weight on our shoulders, all this stress, like all this, just a highway, just a quickness of our mind, just drag racing all day. But like, were we even meant to think that much? That was my real question and real topic on that recent Patreon video. Like, as for me, I don't even make my life that complicated and that hard. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. If I'm not, then I'm not. I'm not really putting this extra burden on myself to be wrestling and comparing and contrasting and fighting. I'm not. I don't want to do all that. I'm not doing all that. It's life. I make life super simple for me, and I work best that way. Not when it's just like I'm trying to overcomplicate everything and just overstress myself, but just keeping it simple. And this goes back to focus. I'm not now. I try to keep myself away from multitasking. Whatever I'm doing. If whatever it is, I'm doing it right then and there. I'm focused on it. And that's just that. And if I'm going to something else, then I'm doing something else. That's it. Just keeping it single file line, one thing at a time, and just simple. Just bringing my best to whatever I'm doing. If I'm relaxing, I'm just relaxing. I'm kicking back. You get so locked in that everything you get drowned and your task becomes effortless, less thinking and more doing. Exactly, bro. Rich and unemployed. Shout out to him too, bro. He just followed me on the gram, and I did a reaction to one of his stuff before. He commented on the video, so shout out to him. Listen, when it comes to Cougar Connoisseur, brother, I tip my hat to him, bro. He be having some nice, tough demons on the podcast, talking his shit. He said he quitting what? Like quitting YouTube? What are the best books for growing / making money, especially at a young age? I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to individually find what it is that you're gonna profit from, because if you try to do research to profit from something online, a lot of the times, by the time you find it, it's so saturated. You compete with everybody. Everything becomes so saturated, and then at that point, it becomes more competitive. Now, if you have the discipline to stay consistent, then you're gonna outlast everybody that has it saturated. That's just the natural way things are. But it just be like that, bro. Bro, you trying to learn about money? People say Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Not a book I personally recommend as a good first read. Not me personally. But y'all know I always say Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Short read, real direct. It'll change how you view money, how you think about money, so that when you do start making a lot of money, you'll be ready for it. You'll be ready to how to view it and how to expand it and not stay complacent. It's a very good book. Your mind. I would say Rich Dad, Poor Dad is like pretty practical. Like it really steps you through shit. You know what I mean? Really, it's a small book, but it's a lot of pages. You know what I mean? The book Limitless? No. What book did you just say? It's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Did you post on IG? I did not. At this point, I ain't gonna lie. What's your advice on making my first 1K? I mean, you could do it in 100,000 ways, bro. You could do it in 100,000 ways. I think a lot of times people think about like quick money and like a dollar for dollar amount. You honestly need to see the bigger picture, bro. Anybody can make $1,000, and people have made $1,000 in fast ways, slow ways, whatever. It's really about sustainability and consistency with money. I dropped that Finance 101 video on Patreon and in the other Discord that people be making clips in. People's like, yo, these are simple like tips and pointers, and I understand this or blah blah blah. Because nigga, money and keeping money and growing money is very simple. It's human beings that are complicated. It's you that's complicated. Money is not complicated. Save, spend less than you make. Save, invest. Do good things with your money. You'll be fine. Find good things. Make investments that make sense to you. And whatever it is, it could be real estate, it could be a stock or whatever. Do your research. Know what you're doing, and then pay attention. Don't stress out over it, because sometimes money does this, but know what you're doing. Like, just do your research. Very simple. What's not so simple is people. And anybody who ever has tried to invest or tried to do some like, stock market shit, including myself, you start to find out money is simple. It's your psychology that's not. You might invest, profit on some bread, and then you don't take out. So then now you just lost your profit. Or now you upset with the ups and downs. You getting frustrated. That's the shit you got to deal with. Then you got to beat your own home teachings. You got to worry about, all right, you know what? When I grew up, I heard my grandma saying, if it ain't one thing, it's another. The rich man is evil. So now you gotta like unwire all your old psychology, like to really start looking at money and making it and handling it properly. That's something I had to do. You're on too much with the big 4 months. I appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean? Like, money is not complicated, bro. People make it all the time. People make more of it all the time. People lose it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Money is money. Money has always been money. Value and currency and net worth and things like that is nothing new about it. What's different nowadays so much is the accessibility to information. And a lot of these platforms, like, dog, do you know what I would like? Oh my God. Dog, if I was thinking back to being 16 or something in high school, and like the amount of money people make on TikTok clips, bro. I mean, even when I was starting off on TikTok clips 2 years, 2.5, 3 years ago, it wasn't even doing what it's doing now. It was not. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. You can make a stack off a clip and then get good at it, or get a method that works for you or your TikTok page, and you can be popping up in people's algorithms all the time and keep making that. What? A quick stack off just clips you could just throw out every day? Rich people are evil because to get rich, you have to exploit the labor of other people. Is it exploitation if a person signs up for a job? Like, listen, I'm not one of those just straight suck the billionaires type people. But there's a group of people that just are like, just hate the way capitalism works for many reasons that are justified by all means. But when you just assume somebody's evil because they have a lot of money, now if we're talking about multi-billions, then that's another conversation. But if you're looking at the average person who owns a house, got a mom and pop store down the street, living comfortably, has 2 cars, got a couple real estate properties. I know a lot of people that have a lot of money and do good things with that money, and do more good things than your poor ass. Just to basically put it, the idea of philanthropy wouldn't exist. What is philanthropy? People that dedicate their life to giving away their money, making donations, and making changes, bro. Mom and pop with one property isn't rich. We're talking rich is relative. There's levels to being rich. There's the 1%, and then there's a 1% of the 1%. So when you just came in here and said, "Oh, they're exploiting their workers," dog, I know who own properties who keep their rent low, their whole neighborhoods, just not to overprice their tenant. I know landlords who overprice their tenant. I know people who have had to sue companies to get money back that they was owed. I know people who get bonuses all the time to their employees and treat them good. How it's all based on the person. You gotta look at the person. You cannot look at a lump sum of money and access and say that's just a naive thing. That also takes away from the accountability of the person. Give you that dollar for dollar shit right now. Now, mind you, you could argue what they've done to get that money and get that far and etc. But what were they supposed to do? Not utilize what they knew? It just be like that, bro. Some right place, right time, and shit just be happening, bro. I don't even know how. I'm not even gonna pretend I know how to say that. PSH, I appreciate the big 5 gifted, bro. You gotta maneuver through it and take your advantage. Exactly. Like assuming everybody's evil and complaining about it does nothing. Does nothing. Chat, you gotta realize this too. A lot of people, like, what are you gonna do about it? That's the real key. What are you gonna do about it? What's really going on a lot now in a lot of working class environments is a lot of unions. A lot of stuff is getting done now, which is beautiful, bro. This guy Holy Ghost said, realizing everyone is evil will help your strategy. Okay, so I know what school of thought and philosophy you subscribe to. I know exactly which one you subscribe to. It's always interesting to see someone's ideology come out. Appreciate you, hella tight. You changed my perspective, would change my life. Keep staying real, man. For sure, bro. That kid, Tony, I appreciate the big 20 months on a 5-month streak. Yes, break the streak again. We got to step outside with the gloves, bro. We got to step outside. How do you continue when you get a girl to see a different version of herself she never thought she would see? Continue to be the same man you are. V Grandma, I appreciate the big 25 months. You dig. So evil because people subscribe to working for big corporations. Right. This side, I appreciate the big 11 months, man. What did that mean? I didn't get that statement. We're doing messages today. I'm about to hop on the game. I'm honestly about to hop on the game, no lie. Seems like money is the common denominator around most conflicts with the people who put the money above themselves and over their mental. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, listen. If you leave $100,000 on the table, it wouldn't hurt a single person. It wouldn't do anything. Money is money itself. It's human being. We the ones all this shit up. There's greed. There's manipulation. There's abuse. There's coercion. There's influence. There's betrayals. We the ones that do to these things what's about them, and we leverage them. If you want to make the argument about money being evil and all that, there are plenty of things that can be used evilly. 100 times, 100 things, bro. Literally, a person's physical size can be used as an intimidation factor. Then people could use money, flash some money in your face, manipulate a motherfucker. People could use clout. A manipulator is. That's what you gotta realize. You look at a situation and how a person handled it. That has to do with that person, because you might have taken another person, given them that same power, that same influence, and they probably would have done something different. Completely. The love of money is the root of all evil. It's power, bro. It's literally not money. And money gives people power. So, to me, that statement is generalized, and it just doesn't really capture the full picture. Because I'm telling you, people do worse shit without money. All the time, every day. It really be behind power, bro. Money don't be the end all be all. I mean, what you said, Ty, that Hitler, Martin Luther King thing could have did the same thing between love and hate. Literally. How do you stop masturbating? Well, first of all, if you literally have a then you need to probably it's more. You need to probably detox. You need to detox from social media in general. Because even if you stop, right, you just completely close all your apps. The next thing will be you on Instagram, you see a bitch. You on Twitter, you see a bitch. You on TikTok, you see a bitch. You go right back to your addiction. So you need to probably detox from all them triggering situations and platforms, bro. Your life. But this might be the thing.